are doing well. Today I have days 16 through 19 to share with you. I'm going to be working on a 2-page spread here with day 16 and 19, and then I'm going to have an insert that will be day 17 and 18. It is a 4x6 insert if I'm remembering correctly. So the cards that I'm using today are all from past Ellie Edwards kits. I liked the more traditional red and green on these cards, and I thought they went well with the pictures. And this photo here is a new ornament that we picked up from a store called Ellie Bees, I believe. It's a little general store in one of our small old towns, and we absolutely love this little store, and I thought it was perfect. We normally get a new ornament every year. With all the stuff that's been going on, I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get out to get an ornament, but we needed to pick another Christmas present up, so we ended up finding some cute ornaments there, and it worked out perfectly. Then that little gnome that has 2020, it actually came as a free gift because we spent so much money, so it was perfect. We got two cute little 2020 ornaments this year and that we had to put on our tree, so I want to make sure I captured those. You can see here I've done some journaling. I did journaling on vellum for the love card, and I did journaling on the 19 tag for the page on the right. I don't really like how the journaling came out. It kind of ran off kind of the page a little bit in some spots. That's the only bad thing about using a typewriter as opposed to maybe running this tag through your printer, is that you can't really do it like centered so much. I mean, I guess you could, but it's a little more difficult to do and organize. So it ends up sometimes not looking the best when I use my typewriter, but it works in the end. So I'm going to go with it because I didn't want to redo this tag. I could have covered it up and put another white piece of paper over it, but I just decided to go with what I had. So this vellum piece I'm just going to staple on so that you don't see the glue. And on that tag I added a couple more Tim Holtz stickers just to add something to the bottom because my journaling didn't go all the way down. Now on that photo with the dog ornament, I did finish that off. I ended up just gluing those pieces on, adding a little Tim Holtz tinsel metal embellishment, and that's pretty much what I did on that page. And now here I made a pocket out of some page protector that was left over from one that I cut up. And I just wanted to make a little pouch for this tag to slide in and out of because I wanted to put something behind it. I didn't want that tag to cover the card and not be able to see anything behind it, so that's kind of why I did that. And I'm just adding this scrap of fabric here. It's a little tag topper. It actually tied up a little bundle of fabric that I got from Etsy, and I didn't want to throw it away because it's cute, so I decided to use that. And then I'm going to add another Tim Holtz sticker to the front of this tag. And I'm looking around to see if there's anything else I want to use, and I think I find one word strip that I'm going to add on, or two actually. Just trying to go with some word strips that made sense with the photos. So it says, I think, oh, what did I put on there? The wintry landscape and something about shining. Oh, gleaming. I did do some stitching around that tag, and I'm going to end up putting that topper back on. Just trying to put it down so it's going to lay flat as possible. And then I'm going to slide that back in, and I'm going to end up putting this little green wreath on the card because I want you to be able to see that green wreath when you slide that 19 in and out of the pocket. And then I'm also going to glue this little joy stamp that I embossed with some silver sparkly embossing powder. You really can't see that it says joy too much. I contemplated taking that off, but since I already glued it down with liquid glue, I just kept it. Now I'm just using my Beacon 3-in-1 glue for this because I wanted to make sure that you didn't see the adhesive, and it's a clear kind of gel adhesive, so I thought that would work best so you wouldn't see that behind. And then that fits in perfectly. So I really like how this page turned out. It was pretty simple. I did most of my embellishing, like I said, in that bottom left photo where I put the layering of the little slide and the tinsel metal embellishment in that. And I'm just going to add a little bit more. I thought the right hand side page needed just a bit more, so I took the silver snowflake die cut and I added this word phrase to the middle of it. And then I felt like it got lost on this page a bit, so I'm going to put a piece of washi tape behind it just to help it pop off and bring some of that red that I used so much on the left side over to the right. So I'm just going to stick that down and then glue my snowflake into the center of the photo. And I believe that is it for these two pages. and I'm going to move on to the insert. Oh, actually, no, I do put some more stickers in the top right of this photo of me and my daughter. I had these little faux brads that I want to use, and I had these puffy stars. So I'm just taking one of the little silver snowflakes, and then I'm going to add this green star, just trying to figure out where I want it. I'm going to end up adding it on top of the brad and then gluing that little snowflake down. And just add something. I thought that was a kind of an empty space on that photo, and I wanted to add a little something. So I'm playing with this, trying to figure out where I want it, and ultimately I'm just going to stick it back in the center of that brad. Now I'm going to punch out some more snowflakes. I felt like I had that one silver one and it needed a friend, so I'm going to punch out 2 more and put those in the bottom left hand corner of that photo. And I really kind of wanted to put that other silver one there too, but it was already glued down and it wasn't coming up. So I'm just going to put these 2 down at the bottom left. Now I'm going to pull one chipboard word off and add that as well, and then this 3x4 card will be done. And these aren't very sticky, so I always add extra adhesive just to make sure it's not going to come apart or fall off the page. So here's some close-ups of each of the card. And then I'm going to move on to the next page, which is the insert. Oh, I almost forgot to glue my number 16 on. So I wanted this to look like a little ornament too, so I'm just going to use some glue dots. I always use glue dots with these metal embellishments because they're heavier, and I think that's pretty much the best adhesive to use for these. So I'm just going to glue that down, add a little strip so that my string stays in place with my fine line bottle, and then I'm just going to put that on the back and then tape that down with some washi tape. So once I do that, now I think I really am moving on to the insert, if I remember correctly. This is a little bit ago that I did this, yeah. So this is basically a 4x6 insert. I have a 4x6 photo I'm going to put on the back side, and then this 3x4 photo of shopping that I'm going to put on the front. And I'm going to use another one of these number stickers that I got from Michaels, and then a chipboard 18 from an Allie Edwards December Daily Kit. And that number 18, I thought it was getting a little lost on that photo, so you're going to see in here in a minute that I'm going to add some vellum, and I'm going to put a scallop edge. I just wanted to give it some interest, and I also wanted to hide that vacuum cleaner that was in the back. So you'll kind of see how I'm going to use that vellum, the 18, and some other pieces to kind of hide that vacuum cleaner. I really wanted to make sure the focal point was my daughter and the cat sitting on the couch watching TV, specifically watching videos of people playing Roblox, because that's what she's been into. Really been into for I don't know how long. She is completely addicted to Roblox. That's all she ever wants to play and do. Sometimes she watches YouTube videos like she's doing here, but that's like her favorite activity is playing Roblox. I don't know if you guys have kids and like that game as well, but oh my gosh. It's like if she doesn't get her Roblox in, she's not a happy camper. So when she doesn't have her privileges, she definitely has a hard time finding things to do. So anyway, this is a photo of us shopping. Sorry, I'm a little bit off. There I go. And I didn't do too much with that shopping one. I did add some journaling onto some vellum, again using my vintage typewriter. I'm just going to staple that on because I didn't want the vellum to show, and then I'll just trim out the pieces. I didn't staple that on correctly, so I'm fixing that. It was all crooked. Trim off that excess there. So while I'm doing that, I just want to thank you guys again for joining me on my little journey of December Daily. If you have been enjoying the videos, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. If you also click on that little bell, it will remind you when my videos have been posted so you can get to them right away. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave those in the comments below. I love chit-chatting with you guys, so anytime you guys leave comments, I really appreciate it. Now I'm just gluing that 3x4 down, and then I will add the little number. And now it is a sticky back number, but because I put it on this wax paper, it wasn't super sticky anymore, so I added just a little bit extra adhesive here. So that side of the card is basically done. I'm going to work on the number 18 here. So I'm just going to glue down 3 sides because I am going to make this photo a pocket to hold my journaling. I wanted to make sure I had all my journaling on for this particular day. I had a decent amount to say, but I didn't really have a place to put it. So a pocket is a good alternative and a good way to make sure that you can get your journaling down, especially if you don't have any space. So I trimmed this piece of vellum down now, and I am I stitched that down. I did some stitching around both the photo and the tab of the vellum. I used a zigzag stitch around that, and then I used a straight stitch around the photo. And I thought I wanted to add a little bit more to, again, cover up the background a bit. So I'm going to put some more washi tape down. This is just some silver washi tape with stars. You've seen me do this several times where I put it down, punch it out, stick it down. Unfortunately, I forgot to push record, so I just am showing you kind of what I used to make the little circle. And it's just a nice little base that the 18 can sit behind, and again, it camouflages some of that busy background. So now I'm going to glue down everything to the front part of the page, and then I'm going to work on gluing everything together. I am going to add some tabs here, or a tab here, I think, to have something to flip it with. And I am going to use my little template. I'm going to punch directly on this piece of paper at first, or sometimes I will use the whale tail punch to make little tabs that can fit into the binder. But this time I just decided that I had enough room on the photos and things that I just wanted to put holes directly into this particular card. So I'm just using my template here to line everything up, and then I just use the paper clip so things don't slip. I'm going to adjust it here just a little bit because it was going to be by my chipboard piece. So you can see here I'm looking and it's not going to be quite right, so I'm just going to move it up slightly so that I don't interfere with that 18. And I'm just going to use my handheld punch here and punch out. So once I get this all punched out, this will go into the album really nicely, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. I think I added a tab to it. I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't add a tab to this one. So yeah, it's perfect. It will fit in nicely and it flips back and forth. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you had a great time watching the video. If you have any questions, leave those below. And if you give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye everyone.